Welcome into the EMA Online 2-minute drill. Mason Voth, Alec Bussey with you as the Wildcats win it today by 9 points, which makes people that were involved in Vegas happy because that was the cover for K-State. Yeah. It wasn't pretty at times, and yet again, the offense was a question mark halfway through the game, although it wasn't Adrian Martinez this time. It was more so on the play calling and some of the decisions. So halfway through the game, what were you feeling for K-State?
It felt like Kansas State should have been up like 28-7, something like that at halftime, and they weren't. And then, Tech comes out and ties it 13-13, and then they tie it again at 20 after Adrian Martinez gets in the end zone again, and it's like, okay, what kind of fourth quarter are we going to see? I put on the message boards, I think we're in for an exciting fourth quarter. We didn't get it, and give a lot of credit to Kansas State for kind of changing up their offensive game plan there, heading into the fourth quarter, late in the third quarter, to really start attacking with the quarterback run game. And Adrian Martinez, 171 rushing yards today. He had 148 last week. I think he's got 7 total rushing touchdowns in the last 2 weeks. Is he the best running back on the team, Mason?
He might be, although that Deuce Vaughn guy is still pretty good because he was right up there as well, and he even battled through a little bit of a scare in the middle of the game where you thought he may have been injured severely. He came back and ran even better after that. Adrian Martinez started off the game with fireworks, where he ends up totaling 75 rushing yards. The first play was a giant play, and then he had 12 more yards to get. He got it on the very next time. So that is 9 total touchdowns that Martinez has accounted for over the last 2 weeks now for the Wildcats, as they are 2-0 in Big 12 play, which is a huge mark as they get ready to go to Ames next weekend. The defense faltered a little bit in the second half, but ultimately that was part of the offense putting them in a tough position. What did you think of the defense today?
Yeah, I think their takeaways have been incredibly clutch. Obviously, when they've had those at home games, particularly today, those are really important. None bigger than I think Julius Brent's there at the end. That was huge, obviously, to kind of put a bow on this performance. I know they've given up a lot of yards the last 2 weeks, especially through the air, but they've had really timely plays, and I actually feel like they've played fairly well the last 2 weeks.
For me, if you're going to give up points in the Big 12, you're doomed. So I would rather them give up a ton of yards and keep holding teams down on the scoreboard like they've done to two offenses that really like to go in Oklahoma and Texas Tech. So we'll see what the Cats do. That OU win doesn't look maybe as good now after they get torched by TCU this week, but the Big 12 continues to be very, very strange, and I'm sure we'll get plenty of that next week in Ames. For EMA Online, I'm Mason Voth. That's Alec Bussey, and we'll keep you covered throughout the rest of the week over on Rivals.